Carson-Newman wins a 19th straight home game with a 87-62 final against Limestone today. 4 wins at home this year, and all 4 by double digits now with head coach Mike Mincey. Coach, this one's a complete team effort. You got 48 bench points in this game. That's by far a season high to score your 87. What did you like about how all 11 players that stepped on the floor made a big impact?
Well, at the last Saturday at Anderson, when, let's say the starting 5, I don't know, wasn't having the best of days. We obviously didn't shoot the ball well, didn't take care of the ball, didn't do a lot of things to correct that game, and so we came back and we kind of, reorganized and, talked about we have talented players on the bench. We're just going to have to give them more opportunities, and hopefully they'll give us the confidence to play them more. And, because I felt like even at Anderson, like we had players playing tired, especially with our style of play. And so these last 2 games at Wise and then certainly at home today, we tried to say we're going to do it. We're going to rotate these players. We're going to try to keep more fresh bodies on the floor. And at least for these last 2 games, it certainly paid off for us.
First half defense was excellent, 23 points for them at halftime. They only made 5 shots. What did you like about how your defense and offensive rebounding helped set the tone for your offense to have success?
Well, I think there were 2 things that happened in the first half. One, our activity was really good. Our energy level was really good, which it typically is to start games off. We were scoring the ball efficiently and effectively, it felt like. And so you combine the 2, they're not scoring a lot outside of free throws. I think they made 5 total buckets the first half, but we did put them at the free throw line a lot. And that's we've been there before. That's energy draining for that particular team when the other team is kind of clicking and scoring. And so, we took advantage of it, but I felt like we could have taken advantage of it a little bit more. We kind of basically platooned there toward about the end of the second quarter. We had a 25-point lead, put 5 brand new fresh bodies on the floor, and ended up getting outscored by 5 to only carry a 20-point lead in the half.
Once you went on a 12-0 run in the second quarter, Limestone never got back within 16 points. Why was your team able to keep them at arm's length? But it felt like they would score back-to-back baskets, had some momentum. You never let them get any closer.
We've done that in our home games this year to where, we've answered the call if the other team scored or if they started cutting to the lead. We were able to come down and get big buckets. And I think we had almost all bench players on the floor there in the third quarter, maybe, I think it was, when it felt like they were on the verge of potentially making the game a little bit closer, getting it back to 16, 17, whatever. And who had different bench players, make a big bucket at a point in time. I almost hated to take them off the floor, but again, that's kind of what we had talked about, is it felt like they were getting a little bit fatigued, a little winded, and we wanted to go back with a different group. And granted, back to the starting group, they did come out in the third quarter, and we talked about that at the half. These first 5 minutes are going to be critical as to, how this game's going to go as we have a bye week this week, and certainly proud of how they started. Limestone crept back in, and then they were able to go on another run to get it back to, I think it went from 18 to 25 there after that one timeout.
You mentioned that everybody scored, and 9 of the 11 that did had multiple baskets. The only 2 that didn't were starters, Lindsey and Emily. What does that say, and how is that going to help build confidence for those bench players that stepped up and helped ignite that run that you mentioned there in the third?
Again, it's like that's what we're trying to do, is to have you're building depth, because not only are you building, experience for this year, you're obviously building for the future as well, and it's important for them to be in the game, when it's in you never know which way the game is going to go. And I felt like that all of them, everybody came off the bench. Matt, Carly, Callie hadn't been playing a lot. Look, Callie comes in and plays great today. Madeline, Maddie, Abigail, Maddie and Abigail, or Abba, and Callie had to basically play in replacing Lindsey, who stayed in foul trouble all game and only played 11 minutes. But back to Emily, she only got the 1 bucket, but her activity, it's undeniable. She's all over the floor. She's just great in the press. Had 4 steals, 3 assists, 1 turnover. So even though she only made the 1 bucket, her presence on the floor is always felt.